Hey, this is Cone McCaslin from Sum 41, and you're listening to the Johnny and Shaner Punk Rock Dadcast.
Welcome.
Today is April
25th.
This is season 2, episode 10. Okay,
Yep.
cool. We have the usual suspects. I'm Johnny Zero, and Shaner Macaulay joins us hailing from Oshawa, Ontario. Welcome to the Punk Rock Dadcast. We are not exclusive to dads, moms, or those who can or cannot procreate or choose not to. We're just two dads who love punk. We're here to talk about punk. Local, unlocal, old, new, large, and small. No rules, no holds barred. Being a punk show, listener discretion is fucking advised. Thank you for wasting your time with us. Thank you to the Threads of Society for our merch. Email us at punkrockdadcast@gmail.com. We may or may not get back to you.
But I always will. As our next guest can say, we welcome Lexi. Lexi, welcome to our show.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Not too much. You like to go by, is it Ryot Rysto or Rysto?
Ryot Rysto.
Rysto, okay. And you're a punk mom,
I am.
and you put on a lot of shows. You have Riot Punk's booking and promotions.
Yes. Yeah, I own my company, Riot Punk's Booking and Promotions, and I work at Fana Tickets, and I do an abundance of other things.
Yes, Fana Tickets and Back Alley Gospel, I think I read, and World Famous Tall Boys.
Yeah. So I'm the booking agent for Back Alley Gospel, the world famous Tall Boys. I also am working with Dirty Bird and High Anxiety and a bunch of fucking goofs and I guess a ton of bands. Yeah.
Yes, I've seen you do a lot with a bunch of fucking goofs, actually.
Yeah.
Is that a friend's band or a big connection there?
I mean, I've been around the punk scene since I was a kid,
Okay.
so I just kind of already knew Steve, and it was easy to be like, hey, you guys want to do a show? And also, yeah, Jay Plow is like one of my good friends as well. I see him a lot in the community, and he's come out to some of my shows, and I'm actually on one of their recordings for his other band for Night Hammer. So
Cool. So
yeah.
how long have you been doing this?
I've been working in the music. I've been working in the music community for about a year now.
Okay,
Uh,
cool.
but I but I've been around for how old am I? 33. So I've been probably around punk since I was 8 or 10. So over 20 years now.
Yeah, right on. And you're are you originally from Montreal?
Yeah, I was born in Quebec, and then I grew up mostly in Toronto, but I also grew up there.
Very cool, because they have a very cool punk scene as well.
Oh yeah, massive punk scene in
Oh
Montreal
yeah,
and all of Quebec.
big time.
Yeah.
So tell us what you have. I noticed you have an announcement tomorrow. You can say it now because we are not going to air this until probably at least Sunday.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I have a ton of shows actually coming up. I have the Slime doing an EP release at Seascape this Saturday.
Cool.
Um, and what else? So starting in May, I have the Bunch of Fucking Goofs are headlining 3 shows on May 10th, 11th, and 12th in Hamilton, Toronto, and Montreal. In Hamilton, we're at the Vertigogo. It's the BFGs and my good friends from New Jersey, the Parasitics. And then they're
Nice.
also playing with Unwanted Noise, Dirty Bird, CIDB, Iron Moose, and Falls for the Elderly. And then they're playing the next night in Toronto at Lee's Palace, which is the Bunch of Fucking Goofs, the Parasitics, Unwanted Noise, CIDB, Sage DT and Collapse from Montreal. They're like a grindcore band. They're actually really fucking good. And then on the Sunday, we're going to be at Festival Electric with, again, the BFGs, the Parasitics, and then I also have the Ruffians that night, which is dope, with Unwanted Noise, CIDB, and High Anxiety. And then the next night, I'm back at the Vertigo to do a show with my friends from the Filthy Radicals and the world famous Cowboys, who I manage, and Lausers from California, and Mental Infliction. And then on the 16th, I have a show in Toronto with the Filthy Radicals, which is basically the same lineup, but in Toronto. Fuck.
That's awesome.
So it's allergy season.
Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, I have a ton of shows coming up. I've got the War Lovers at the end of May, and yeah, it's a ton of shows throughout the summer.
Yep. Yeah. So you're really busy. Do you attend all of these shows?
Oh yeah, I run all of the shows too.
Yeah, exactly. So you actually have to be at all these shows. Do you have help with any of these?
I mean, yeah, I usually will adopt a member of the community, and they'll come out and they'll give me hands.
Right on. So you're not totally alone. You're not totally in the dark there.
Yeah, no, I've got my brother Jamie, who I'm also in a band with. He comes out and he helps me sometimes. And then yeah, just the community is really great at like pulling together when I need help. Because yeah, I do a lot of this shit by myself, and I think a lot of people know that. So
Now, do you have a favorite kind of venue to work with? Is there favorite venue owners to work with, or any that you try to steer clear from?
I mean, I really enjoy working with most of the venues. The venue owners are very different than the venue bookers. You know, they've got more stipulations, like they're looking out for the building and for everything, whereas bookers are like, you know, a little bit more involved in the community than the owners are.
Okay.
Which is fine. Like I understand both, like the corporate world and the music world.
Right.
So it is what it is. But
Because it is a business.
Exactly, and that's exactly it. It's business, and like on my end, I've also got to respect that too, right? So I wouldn't say that there's any venues that I try to steer clear of. I like all of the venues. I think that they're all a part of the community, and that's what's important.
Yep.
And every venue has like its flavor. Like not
For sure.
every venue likes to have dirty crust punks and street punks in their venue, right? So,
Yep.
but I do really enjoy looking at Seascape. I really like the environment there, and I just really like the people that are in the space. And then I also really dig working in Hamilton at the Vertigo. I love Genevieve. I think she's great. She's the booker and the owner there, so she kind of works on both playing fields a bit, so she understands a little bit more where like
both
promoters
sides
are coming from.
Yeah. Right on.
Yeah. So, and then there's a ton of venues. I love the Doc Ellis. I like that it's DIY.
Actually, Johnny speaking. You booked us a show there last November, I want to say.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
So I booked shows everywhere, but yeah, you're in
Blamethrower.
Yeah, that's right. You are, and you're in another band too.
Nope.
Right?
Nope.
Really? Is one of your band members is in another band?
If they are, they're cheating on me.
Yeah. Who did you play with? Who did I have you play with?
Who did we play with? Honestly, I don't remember.
Yeah, see, I can't remember either. But yeah, that was at the Doc Ellis. I do remember that show.
It was a female fronted band, and they were fucking excellent.
I was gonna go to that show too.
I should know this.
Yeah, see, me too. But
Yeah.
I ran like 100. I ran 125 shows last year.
Yeah, I don't blame you. And I played fucking 2 or 3, and I still don't remember.
Yeah,
I did not drive. Did not drive home from that show.
I hope that a lot of people didn't drive home from that show.
Oh, we got a sober guy in our band, so he drove home.
Well, see, there's always good. It's always good to have the one sober dude.
Yeah, don't look at me. Look at my new shirt. You see my new shirt? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sober punks.
Shane's recently, I don't know, 2, 3,
3 months.
3 months.
3 months today. What's the date? 25? Today's my 3-month anniversary.
Hey,
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, that's
congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good job, man.
I just asked him to steal some of his Red Bull from my Jager bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you had any NAs actually.
Actually, I think we do.
Um,
If we do, they're from Brandon.
yeah. Yeah, so I was gonna ask you about Oshawa. Do you do much in Oshawa or because I'm seeing I was gonna ask Johnny about this too. Like there's a 222 now I haven't been to.
Yep.
There's another place. I'm seeing all these like little tiny pop-up places and
We're trying to book a 222 right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the 222, and I know some people are booking like daytime shows over at the Brew Wizard.
Yeah. They're starting
Yeah.
to do shows again. Yep.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I know, like, talking about venues that I steer clear of, I definitely don't book at the Atria, but
Nope.
Yes, right.
yeah, I definitely don't book at the Atria as a punk. It just, I can't. You know, I have too much respect for my community. That's really such like a family. So I stay the fuck away from the Atria.
I just recently heard things about the Atria and whether they're true or not. It's not my place to say on our show, but
As a band, we don't play there anymore.
yeah.
Yeah.
We've just been burned too many times. But you know what? I don't know. There's a demographic for every venue, and it's not necessarily my demographic anymore, but they are having regular shows. You know, out of towners come and you know, they have a place.
Yeah.
It's about just that. It's a fucking place. And
Yeah. Somebody gave me shit for sharing a flyer because I was just supporting bands playing there, and somebody gave me shit for sharing and supporting the Atria.
Oh, I mean, my friends in Damn It Goldie played there like fucking 2 weeks ago, and I shared their flyer.
You know,
yeah,
I know.
Yeah.
It's about the
promote the
band,
band, not necessarily the venue.
Right.
Yeah, you know, like as a promoter, I'm not going to personally go out of my way to book bands into the Atria because I don't want to deal with them.
Yeah.
So promote the address.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Like, so it's like I would have to deal with him at that point. You know, when I'm running the shows, I'm the one that has to deal with the venue owners and the bookers.
Yes,
And
exactly.
like the bands really don't have to. So like,
Yeah.
of course, I'm going to support my friends' bands who are playing there, but I'm going to warn the bookers and the promoters about how the guy operates.
Yeah, of course.
And most of those dudes that are in there that do still book there, like I know them. I know Black Throne. I know these people. I know these other promoters. They're dudes. So they don't have to deal with half the fucking shit I have to deal with as a woman.
Right.
You know, so you know, they're gonna be a little bit less weary than I am. But me as a female, especially by myself, especially in fucking Oshawa, I'm gonna avoid it.
Yeah, I think I only knew Selena, and she's over at 44 now.
Yeah, but I've been to 222, and like, did you guys go there when you guys were teenagers?
Oh, hell yeah. The dungeon?
Yeah.
No,
So
is that what they're calling 222?
Yeah.
yeah, well, they are like kind of calling it the dungeon still. Like they know that it's the dungeon. Like some of their flyers say the dungeon.
But is that's what 222 is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell? Where does 222 come from?
I don't fucking know.
I thought it was a whole entirely different place.
No, that's
that
place.
It's in the dungeon. It's the downstairs.
Oh, okay. They're doing a show for our Saturday night. I might go to. It's a free show.
Yeah.
It's Kyle Kornick and
The Return of the Dungeon Daddies.
yeah.
So Brian from presently Black Cat Attack and previously Caution Inc. Is playing, well, DJing there, as well as the previous door guy. Very, very good friends of ours.
Yeah. So Kyle is also the owner of the Brew Wizard.
Is he presently, or did he just used to be?
I don't know if he's presently or used to be. I know that, I don't know which one it is. I haven't seen Kyle
I
in a
think he
while. I know
used to
he's
be, and now he owns or is an owner of 8-Bit Beans in Whitby.
Oh, cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
He just got
the
he just got talk for Convergence Oshawa too.
yeah, see that guy's fucking dick. He's always doing something, which like mad respect. But yeah, I saw Rules there a couple weekends ago, like the Endless Summer tour. So I saw Lee Reed, Danny Mills, or Danny Miles of July Talk, Rules and Coster, and It's Nothing Serious. Saw
Yeah.
them there a couple weeks ago, and great show. And the Spaceman, you guys need to see it for yourselves. Like honestly, I was there when I was a teenager for fucking punk shows, and like, whew, they really cleaned it up. It actually looks nice in there. And
yeah.
oh fuck, man! And if you get the opportunity to go in the back, they have a shower. They have
No
a
kidding.
full they have a full shower in a separate bathroom. There's like 2 green rooms.
Yeah, yeah.
And the green rooms have like a stocked fridge in there, and like there's couches, and like it's comfortable
That's the dungeon you're
there.
talking.
Yeah. And
Wow.
then I'm like, what the fuck? There's a whole, yeah, it's great.
I have not been
they
there
really
since
upgraded the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
I have not been there since 2004 if you don't count
you
all
have.
the construction.
Oh, we went there for one podcast.
But my last show was probably 2003.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, the last yeah, I was probably in there when I was about 13, 14. So, but yeah, it was a lot different, and it was
So-
great. I really liked it, but it is kind of fancy. Like it's not a place that well, you know what? I still would put my street punks there.
It's not
But
a dungeon.
yeah, it's still the dungeon. It's still gonna have that like art in there, and like street punks aren't as dirty and
Right.
Actually, yeah, they dug up a lot
disrespectful
of
anymore.
they dug up a lot of their old show posters and stuff and put them in frames, and
Oh, no shit.
they're all over the place.
When
yeah.
did you go?
Well, I
Yeah.
actually only went for the Meatball Fest.
Oh, right.
Up-
Yeah, yeah.
up top.
Craig Venn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, Lexi, I understand you have like a whole litter of children.
Yeah, I got 4 kids.
4 kids.
Wow.
Yeah,
You want to
dude.
gush about them for a minute?
Do I want to gush about my kids?
Yeah, it's we're dads. It's Dadcast, so welcome, Mom.
I mean, I'm a single mom to 3 of my 3 boys. My daughter lives with her grandparents. She's 15, so girls. And you guys, how old are your guys' kids?
My girls are almost 5 and almost 7.
And my boy's
Okay.
almost 5.
Okay, so you guys haven't even nearly hit. I feel like a senior parent. Like I'm like a veteran of parenting now. To have a teenage daughter. Yeah, my daughter is wild. But also I think I really hit the jackpot when it comes to teenage girls, because like she's got an attitude, but it's not bad. Like
That's
it's not the way that I was, She's
Yeah,
very-
no, that's really good because I'm in a few dad Facebook pages and I'm hearing disaster stories
Oh,
with
yeah.
teenage girls.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, no, my daughter's a fucking saint. Like
That's
it
good.
Really, yeah, it's honestly, it really does come down to like how your kids, like how you are, like naturally. Like
Forgive-
a lot of people consider me like a little bit aggressive, but my daughter isn't like that. But my daughter also experiences like a much more nurturing, softer side of me too, right? So that's the side that that's gonna come out for her.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I have my 3 boys. They're 8, 5, and 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my youngest is a menace to society. So his name's Logan, and yeah, that kid is
A
a
force?
lot.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
a
where we can
lot.
relate because we both have 4-year-olds, so we can relate
All
to the
three of
four.
us.
All three of us have 4-year. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a lot. He's a bundle of energy, and but also very much has his dad's temperament. So he
Did
gets really mad.
did his dad pass away?
Not Logan. So my son Hayden and my son Evan, their dad passed away. My son Logan, his dad is very much alive, as far as I know. But you can't
I
really.
we've been friends for a little bit on Facebook, and I understand that what was it, maybe a year or more ago, that one of your children's fathers had passed away.
Yeah, my son. So my two older boys. So all four of my kids, I have different dads.
Uh,
But my middle son Hayden, who's 5, his dad passed away last June 30th, the day after my birthday.
oh my goodness.
So he
Your birthday
passed
is
away
June
last.
29th?
Yeah, it is.
That's my mom's birthday.
Are you shitting?
Oh,
My mom's birthday is June 28th.
I think we've actually had this conversation before.
That's yeah, my birthday is June 29th. So
Wow.
he passed away on June 30th, and then yeah, so that's my son Hayden. But my oldest son Evan was kind of raised by him as well.
Aye.
So he had really deep memories of him, which I didn't even really realize until after he passed away. I didn't even realize my son Evan.
So you've had quite the year, eh?
I've had a fucking crazy year. It has
Do
been
you
a crazy fucking year.
do you want to talk about Bitch Fest?
No.
Okay. No problem.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, I booked all of this stuff, but ultimately my business partner was just like, didn't care that she did none of the work. So she just was like,
Just
yeah.
just talk about what you can talk about.
I mean, I can talk about pretty much any of it. It's not positive, and I don't I don't want to have to say anything mean about somebody because I don't have hard feelings towards her in any way. It's just she really wanted to be the center of attention at the festival that she created. But ultimately, I did all the work to put that festival together and to promote it and to do all the artwork and to get the bands and to get the venues and to book everything. I did everything. And I really tried my best. And then she just turned around and didn't want me there. So she made up some fucking pretty crazy lies about me. And then I just carried on. I just started booking my own shows. And clearly, that's done really well for me because I have a lot of shows coming up and I don't think she has a single one.
So it worked out.
Yeah, so it worked out.
yeah.
So yeah. So
How have you processed that all, and how have you recovered from that? Because obviously that's a stain on your whole I mean reputation, and that fucking sucks. And we want to see you out there and doing continuing doing promotion. You're a heavy name in the Toronto scene.
yeah, I mean, the biggest thing with stuff like that is like I'm a very firm believer in like bringing something to the community if it affects the community.
Yeah.
But when there's like a personal issue, don't go out of your way to harm somebody. Like I've been through a lot of shit this past year. My kid's dad died. I moved. Like I was starting this new thing that I had never been in before, and so there was a lot of shit going on.
So tell us about your band too.
Yeah, and and I'm also in a band with my brother. So there's a lot of shit over like the last year that's just been like a lot, and I feel I don't feel like there's a lot of things that I've had to change aside from just my surroundings and the people that I'm around. Like I work really hard. I'm really motivated. I'm a really good mom. I'm very ambitious. I'm very transparent. I am very open about everything. I talk about everything almost publicly to the point where I should almost be embarrassed sometimes. But I'm just absolutely not, because I believe in the need for everybody to be as open. That's just like respectful for me to be like, yeah, I work in the community. So if people, I can't always do everything all the time. So there's a lot of things that I feel like I've had to change, but a lot of those things have been my surroundings and just how I do, like you asked me, like how am I processing all of this? Like, I process it slowly, day to day, every day. And one of the ways doing that is by just continuing with what I'm doing, trying to push through and
Do you still
get
enjoy
everything
shows
done.
when you go to them, or are they
I
just
love going.
are they
I
just
love
work?
No, man. I will always love going to shows. I've always loved going to my shows.
There's nothing like live music. Just it doesn't matter if it's work
Pulsating
or
through
not.
your
It's
veins.
just
yeah,
a
yeah,
job
no,
well done.
yeah, and I love Chris Hill gave me some really good advice last year, when I was first really starting to book shows, and when I interviewed him for the company that I was working with before, and he told me to book shows that I would want to go to.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you?
And yeah, exactly. And I was like, you
You're
know
more
what?
passionate about them. You're not just doing a job, right? You're being passionate about the work that you do. And you know what they say. If you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life.
Yeah,
That's a
well, and
complete
that's
fucking
exactly it.
fabrication because everybody works at everything
Yeah,
they do, whether they like it or not. But, it's it's a little bit easier.
it
You
is a
know,
lot.
I once saw Screaming at Traffic from Winnipeg. I don't know who booked their tour, but they booked them to headline the Atria. Uh, they traveled down. They had shows in Quebec and Southern Ontario, and they played the Atria. There was zero promotion, and I went to that show. It was pretty packed, but as soon as Screaming at Traffic came on, there was literally me, my brother, and our friend Brandon. The three of us were the only people on the floor, and they fucking played like there was 200 people in front of them.
Yeah, man, that's
What?
how you're supposed to do it. I tell bands all the time, and I'm the promoter.
Yeah,
All right, but I
yeah,
tell bands, I tell bands all the time, like get comfortable playing to an empty room,
yeah.
because the
Yep.
thing is, my job as a promoter only goes so far if the bands are also not promoting their own show.
Right, exactly.
Uh, like especially if you're a local band, it's your friends that are going to come out. Your friends, not
Yeah,
mine. Yours.
yep.
So even if I book you and I promote the show, it's still your job to invite your friends.
So
You know,
what
if
are the venues that you book at most often? Give me the top five.
the top 5 venues that I'm working at currently are
Not your favorites, just the most frequent for you.
the most frequent for me right now is the Doc Ellis,
Yep.
Seascape,
Uh-huh.
the, the Vertigogo,
Okay.
the Piston,
Uh-huh.
and
You're doing a little bit of work at the Bovine too, yeah?
I do a little bit of work at the Bovine, but it's not the most frequent. I guess, you know what? I do have the Bovine like quite a few times coming up, but honestly, I would say the next most frequent place that I book at currently
You
is,
you, you mentioned the Lee's Palace show in there too.
yeah, well, I have a couple Lee's Palace dates this summer. I have a lot of really big bands coming in this summer, so I have a couple. But yeah, I would say the most frequent are just those four, like Seascape, the Piston, the Doc Ellis, and Vertigogo are the most frequent, just those four. And every other venue I kind of work at in the same capacity, like it's like mid. So like those are the ones that I like maxed out.
Yeah.
And then like the mid booking ones are like the Dom in Ottawa and like the Trackside in Montreal and Turbo House in Montreal and Camp Cataract and the 27 Club and like out of town venues. And then there's also like the Bovine in Toronto that I book at. Every once in a while, I was booking shows at Bar Orwell for a while. The Garrison in Toronto is another one that's like pretty frequent. But yeah, those are, and then the venues that I work at the least are like the odd man out shows, like the Decuff.
Yeah.
So it's like the out of town shows are like weird, but yeah.
Oh, so you're like downtown and West End, a little bit Toronto.
If I'm doing shows, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm talking to these two college students. They're doing some day labor for my renovation company. And I dropped them off the other day, and they live up by the college and on Dalhousie Court or Street or whatever off of Niagara up there. And I dropped them off. It's a small house, one car garage, no cars in the driveway. And I'm like, there are a couple of Indian exchange students. And I said, how's your accommodations? How do you like your house? What do you do? And they're like, yeah, it's a 5-bedroom, 2-bath, 1-kitchen household. And I said, how much is the rent? If you don't mind me asking. They're like, it's $4,600
What the fuck?
a month. And I said, how many of you live in there? And they said, there's 10 of us.
Holy.
There's fucking 10 of them living in this house.
Yeah, no.
I mean, so they're paying like, $460 each, I guess. And they're basically they just got here in January from India.
Yeah.
And
they're going to school.
And they're going to school. So these fucking rapist fucking landlords are coming in here and that's twice what anybody should be paying for that fucking house.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I mean, they also have like religious-based taxes and like religious-based interest. So, especially on property. So, like here in Canada, if you are like Muslim, what do they call it? It sounds racist too. There's like a racist term to it. But it's
Sharia,
like
Sharia law yeah.
No, not Sharia law. It's
Halal.
Yes, the halal. It's the halal act or whatever. And it's like, and they do that for a lot of religions. But if you practice a certain religion, you can't get your loan from a bank
because they charge interest.
Whatever, yeah, because they charge you
What?
interest, and the interest they charge you for the properties that you are on is like ridiculous. So like this shit where people are like, oh, immigrants are getting $20,000 to come here and they're living in these big homes. They are literally paying up the fucking ass for these houses with massive fucking interest.
Yeah.
And like on top of that,
but it's just not labeled as interest.
Yeah, exactly. It's not labeled as interest.
Wow.
But it's like a hidden interest fee on properties for people who practice in certain religions. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, in fact, I mean,
fucking nuts.
these two gentlemen that I know, they might be from India, but they're practicing Roman Catholics. They're
Oh, yeah,
devout.
but they're still, yeah.
But is it in this case, is it about religion or is it about the money that's being given and brought into the country?
I read probably exactly the same article that you did, Lexi, and I can't really formulate an opinion on that because shit, I've got a religion where I don't I don't practice any religion, but I like to ride motorcycles and fucking play punk rock and do the things that I like to do. And, if I could fucking, pretend that I've believe in something in order to not pay any interest or, any tax, like I mean, we could get into a probably very terrible discussion about Native Indian Canadians that don't have different tax obligations than we do. Um, but I really don't want to get into all of that. I'm happy here. I'm comfortable here. This is it is what it is, for fuck's sakes. And you know what? We sing songs and raise flags about all of this stuff all the time, just to try and make this world a little bit more comfortable for us to live in, no matter what country we're from, because I don't think punk rock changes from one country to the next.
Oh no, absolutely not. Music is fucking universal. But music, like you can't, we wouldn't have punk music if it weren't politics. They
Yeah.
go hand in hand, you know. So, and that's something a lot of
I
people
understand you have a
forget
little
a
bit of
lot of the time.
Canadian Indian blood in you as well.
Yeah, I'm native. I'm indigenous. I'm Ganawage. My father was Mohawk. We're from Montreal. My grandfather was Mohawk. Yeah. So I'm
Does
native.
Shane's mohawk offend you?
No, no. I mean, not at all. People's hair is hair. Mohawks are a sign of battle. I think that when punk adopted that look, it was yeah. I
Tributary.
mean, yeah, exactly. Like I feel like it just was meant to be. Like they were supposed to. Like Mohawks are they're we battle. That's what we do. We're fighters. We're
Right,
still one of
yeah,
the
yeah.
largest existing tribes in the world. You know, and in North America, and you know, that's like not just for brawn, but for brain too. You know, so my elders and my ancestors are warriors. We're a warrior tribe, so Mohawk for punk seemed fitting. You know, so I actually love when I see punks put their mohawks up because it's rare now.
Johnny's gonna give me shit now.
No, why? Why? Because you never put it up. You always show up with this fucking comb over mohawk.
Yeah. No, I love when punks take the time to put their mohawks up, and like you don't see that a lot. And like I went to Hamilton for a show recently, and fuck, every fucking punk in there that had a mohawk had it up, or had
Awesome.
Liberty spikes, or you know just had their, and I love that shit.
You just hear way too much about, cultural appropriation and all this kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean,
I
a
don't think it
mohawk is a
fucking
mohawk.
exists here in Canada, right? Like everybody's just way too fucking offended by everything in the States.
We can't, we can't have really, like, we can have cultural appropriation here for sure if people are meaning to do it with that kind of intent.
Sure, but
Um,
how can you have freedom of religion, freedom of speech, or freedom of you know,
yeah.
any kind of freedom if you can't experiment and celebrate with the types of things that you see around you? When you're growing
Oh,
up,
yeah.
you're
Well, that's,
13, 14, 15,
yep.
you want to put piercings in your skin, you want to fucking put your hair up, you want to get a couple of tattoos, whatever, right? Tattoos, 20, 30, and 40 years ago were a sign of that you've been to jail. And now all of a sudden they're art. Well, not all of a sudden, but culturally they're art. And what the hell? Like, whatever, no problem. We got
Yeah.
doctors, lawyers, and
Oh yeah, paramedics. You see
yeah,
it everywhere.
exactly. People in high functioning positions of authority that are also fucking
Lawyers.
having to,
Yeah.
and who fucking cares? I don't care if I see it or if I don't. It doesn't make me think of you any differently.
No.
Yeah. Yeah,
And I
for
guess
sure. No.
maybe that's just like my alternative, because I can't say it's my upbringing because nobody else in my family has tattoos or does any of this kind of stuff. But I mean, they've some of them have begun to, but like it was my alternative, like going to youth groups and other kinds of, not necessarily like my fucking Roman Catholic Christian upbringing. It was what I've known when I ventured outside of that really gave me that appreciation for the art, you know. if somebody's willing to burn or etch something into their skin, they really must believe in that, and
Yeah.
it speaks volumes to me about something that you love and believe and are willing to permanently attach to yourself, scar yourself with.
Or they're drunk.
What does your tattoo mean? That means I had an extra $500 15 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I very much agree. Cultures are meant to be shared, and like we live in Canada, not like almost like I laugh when I hear people tell people like go back to your country in Canada because like
I,
it's like none of you guys are from here.
I
No,
rarely
yeah.
you know what? Maybe
Nobody
it's
that
just me.
like if you're white, you're not from here. You're guess what? Guess what? Your family, they're
Yeah.
colonizers and they came here and colonized because the only people who own this land were my fucking ancestors
Yeah.
and they're all fucking dead because of you fucking assholes. So I want you all shut the fuck up because fascism is rampant right now. And in places like Canada, why?
Why?
The Canadian workforce
For
is
real?
made up 100% of immigrants. You want to know why? Because nobody's from here. Nobody's
wants to
from
work?
here. You were all welcome here. Yeah, plus
Yeah.
there's nowhere to fucking work anyways. So you know what? Everybody needs to shut the fuck up. It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with where people are from and everything to do with the fucking assholes that are running this.
What do you think of all
Yeah.
these conservatives running around with these Canadian flags like it's some kind of,
I
southern?
don't praise any flag except for the fucking pride flag.
Cool. Yeah, I don't really, my my dad's from Trinidad. My mom is from Holland.
So yeah, see,
I'm a fucking
my
mutt.
dad is yeah, my dad is indigenous and my mom is Irish.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know,
Scottish and British for me.
Yeah.
oh you fuck.
Yeah. Pretty plain white there.
I'm gonna let you guys talk for a second. I'm gonna throw the popcorn.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, you have any
Song request.
song requests?
Um,
I was gonna
Like-
say something local or whatever you want, really. Pick something, anything you want.
I mean, you can play. I guess Choices Made are playing tomorrow, so if you play Happiness in Troubled Times by Choices Made,
Happiness in Troubled Times by who?
by Choices Made,
Choices Made?
yeah.
All right, let's play that.
I am no one special, just a common man with common thoughts.
And we're back. So you want to tell us a bit about that song, a bit about that band?
Choices Made are like a melodic punk band from Toronto. I saw them for the first time myself, just over a year ago, and fuck, it was good. When you hear like a hardcore band and the vocals are like sometimes too overbearing.
Yep.
Josh doesn't like do that screaming in the same like overbearing way. Like he still yells, but it's very much like it's a yell. Like
Yes.
and not scream. And like he still screams, but like yeah, it's more of a yell. And anyway, but the band itself is like they're melodic hardcore. So they like everything that they play is just super tight. Just really well done. I've always enjoyed seeing them live. They're a really great live band. Their
And where
recordings are dope too, but they're a really great live band.
and where are they from?
They're from Toronto.
Right on.
Well, their bass player is from South Africa,
Oh, cool. No
but
way.
they're the rest of them are from Toronto, I think. Well, like probably the surrounding areas of Toronto, and then all came into Toronto because most people aren't actually from Toronto.
And they're still active?
Oh yes, they are. They're actually playing tomorrow. So
Oh, very cool.
yeah,
That's probably a Toronto show, I'm assuming.
they're playing in Hamilton tomorrow, but they're going to
Oh,
be playing at the Bovine on May 3rd.
okay. Good to know.
Yeah,
Good to know.
yeah.
For
Yeah,
those
with
who want to
Greg
check
Ben,
out.
I think.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really
Yep.
good.
Now, do you have your own Facebook page too for your promotions company?
I don't know. I just use my page. And
Oh, okay.
honestly, building a whole other page at this point, building a whole other page for my company, I feel like would just drive me crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I already run a lot of people's social media.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody has noticed this, but like there's certain social media sites that I have access to. So on Instagram, I run my personal one that I also use for music as well. And I still post like my posters on my personal one too.
Yeah.
But I'm a little pickier with who follows me.
Yeah.
Whereas my promotions one, like my booking one, I'm not as picky. I don't post my kids at all on that one.
Yeah.
And it's open to the public. My private one, you actually have to request. So
Yeah.
I'm very particular about who's requesting to follow me. Like I let band people follow me and they'll see my kids, but
Yeah.
we're like, anyway. So like I trust my kids. So yeah. I run those like my personal one. And then I also am the social media coordinator and manager for Fana Ticket.
Yep.
So I do all of the Fana Tickets content. And then I also run the social media for the world famous Tall Boys on Instagram. And then I also they have access obviously as well. And
Yes.
I also am going to be running the social media site for Skater Dive Fest this year, and then which is in September. And then I'm also on Facebook running my personal Facebook account, and then I also am on Santa Tickets. I also am one of the admins on Punk Rock Resurgence page for Toronto, and then I'm also on the world famous Cowboys and Dirty Bird as well.
Oh, I know. Tell me about it. It gets crazy. I work in radio, so I think I have like 7 different radio stations for social media that I have to, manage.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a lot.
Plus my Ontario punk, even though it's kind of slowing down, I still have that, and then, lots of other projects on the go.
Yep.
But I think Facebook's slowly kind of making it a bit easier. I know there's cross posting you can do now.
Yeah, you can cross post. You can post on all of them at the same
Yeah,
time.
saves a bit of time.
Yeah, I mean, if you're posting the same content, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, some of it does need tweaking,
Yeah, I mean, all of
especially
like
if you're, introducing yourself or saying something specific regarding that page.
yeah. I mean, because a lot of the things that I run are very different. Like every band is different. My promotions company is different, and then Fana Ticket. So like, there's times when it all intertwines because like I'll do ticketing for my shows through Fana Tickets, and then it'll be one of the bands that I manage that's on the bill. So it's like
Yeah.
there's times when it all intertwines, and then there's a lot of times where it doesn't. So
Oh yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
my calendar, like I use Time Tree. My calendar is it literally like insane. I showed my friend recently like a screenshot of my calendar, and he was
Yeah.
just like, I would lose my fucking mind, kid. Like, how are you following this? And I was like, I don't even fucking know anymore, dude. I think I'm just slowly being like knowing what I have to post on each thing every week kind of gives me a little bit. I have a weird memory, son. I have a
Yeah.
really, yeah, I remember almost everything that's coming up, but the second it happens, I forget everything.
Crazy, crazy.
Yeah,
So
like I'll remember something about a show that's happening in 3 months from now, but the second that show's over, don't ask me shit about it because I won't. Who played what?
oh yeah. Well, I guess that's kind of good. You're freeing up some memory space.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I'm like, yeah, very
Yeah.
much. My brain is very much like a computer. So
Yeah.
I process things, I keep it there, and then it goes in the trash when I'm done.
Yeah, exactly. It goes into the subconscious.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
So when you do have free time, do you go to shows without working?
Yeah, I go to shows all the time,
What kind
but
of
I
do you
always
have any
end up working.
do you have any like good shows coming up that you're actually like purchasing tickets to?
Yeah, I mean, I don't ever really buy tickets.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very poor, and because I do a lot of stuff for the community, they give back generously sometimes, which is great. But
Like
so
Strung Out was just in town. Me First and the Gimme Gimmes were just in town. No Effects is coming.
yeah, I mean, I don't really go to big shows. Honestly, I prefer just like going to these smaller venues,
Yeah,
smaller spaces. Uh, big crowds fuck me right up.
I
I'm
know,
too
I
old for
know.
that shit. I can't do that shit. I don't want to spend $13 on a beer. I can just
No,
go see like a local band at Seagate
that's what
and be good.
free drinking's for, and I'm usually in the pit anyway.
Yeah, see, yeah, I have two herniated discs in my back.
Oh yeah, right.
Like I can be in the pit, but like only for a certain amount of time. And at big shows like that, like how many people were at the Strung Out show?
I didn't go. Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I don't even
and
know.
that's the thing. Like a band like that's gonna pull in like where did they play? Where
I
was
think
it?
that was History.
Okay,
History is
yeah,
kind
so
of a large venue. It was too big for me.
yeah, that's like 1,500 capacity or something like that,
That
right?
was a big place. We only went there that once.
We saw Descendants and
Yeah,
Circle Jerks,
That
and
was an awesome show.
yeah,
yeah, that's like 1,500 capacity though, isn't it? There's
I don't know. It
gotta
was
be.
pretty
It's gotta
massive
be at least. Yeah, it's gotta
for
be
my
at least.
liking.
So it's like I can't do things like that. And like no effect. Like where's that? Where's
Downsview
that? Where's
Park.
that show?
Downsview.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. No,
I was
they.
hoping for an Echo Beach show.
Yeah,
I
I
think Fat
honestly,
Mike
I
was
don't want
too.
to go to Downsview.
There's like 15 bands playing that show.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's
I
gonna be a
mean
lot
that's
of
the
fun.
thing. No, they. Dude. I want to see no effects for the apparent last time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'll see them in 5 years when it's maybe their actual their
Oh,
last.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Mike's pretty
it,
serious when he says something.
it's hard to say. This whole thing could just be a joke that got out of hand, and they're like, "Fuck, now we have to follow through with it, you fuckers."
Yeah, I mean that like there's Mike is old, but he's not that old, and
No,
bands always do this shit. Kiss has been on their final tour for like fucking 7 years.
Yeah, but he wants to go spend his time being a drag queen now, so let him.
you can
I
do that on
mean,
stage. That's what the stage is
uh,
for.
You know
yeah,
what?
again,
I have
that's the thing. I love punk. I never really got into no effect. I love Mike. I think that he's hilarious. Like
how
I
do you
really
feel
does.
about Black Flag?
How do I feel about Black Flag? I mean, I
Yeah.
like Black Flag. I've always liked bands like Against All Authority and the Suicide Machines. And
Yeah, Suicide Machines are
uh,
playing
yeah, no, well, I can the Suicide Machines I'll see. I'm not
only
worried
on
about that.
Saturday.
You know, I really respect
Uh,
um Henry
I don't
Rollins
know. I
for
don't mean
dipping.
I don't mean at the No Effects show, but
Yeah.
Henry Rollins is great. I love Henry Rollins, and like never really got into Black Flag and like everything without what's
Just
the
really
name of that
respect him
album?
for coming out and saying, I don't want to be a jukebox because, like, you know, he played fucking hundreds of shows with the same lyrics and the same band. And he's just like, I don't want to age out and be shitty.
Yeah. Yeah. I really like like the Suicide Machine, and I really like Bad Cop, Bad Cop right now. I really like
Oh, yeah.
Anonymous Thing. The thing about the NoFX show that really like threw me off was they have a package for what was it, like $999 called the Bro Pack, and there's like 9 out of 10 of the bands are men, and again, like they do have quite a few female bands on that rec. Why are we not bringing more of them out? Why does it have to be the same 10 bands? Like, yeah, the Suicide Machines are playing what, August? The shows are August 18th.
They're playing the 17th.
Yeah, so they're also playing Music Cancer in Montreal like a month ago.
Interrupters are playing.
Well, the
Yeah.
Interrupters were here, and the Interrupters come every year. I don't need
Yeah.
to go see no effects to see the Interrupters.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would I want to go stand somewhere where there's just a bunch of dudes bands
Yeah.
and that
it-
I'm probably gonna see all again anyway?
It was always kind of
with
like
the
that with
exception of No Effects.
it was always kind of like that with Montebello Rock Fest. You know, all the bands that would come to Montebello in Quebec to play, they'd always end up playing Toronto too.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like there's a lot of these bands are going to come back or are going to go on tour or are going to play a different city or like close by.
And they're
in
going to
not too
be
long.
doing it in an indoor venue with better sound than fucking Downsview Park
Yeah.
and better
I mean,
conditions than having to fucking shit in the porta potty.
yeah, I mean, September I'll probably see the Suicide Machine play for Music Cancer. So, and if I don't see them, maybe I'll book them sometime. Who knows?
There you go. Now
There
we're
you go.
talking. You could always book Cokie the Clown.
I mean, I've been getting bigger and bigger bands as I go, so
That's good.
I'm not too worried about it. And like these shows always, like even if I don't book them, I'll book bands that have played with them, and I have booked bands that played
Book
with
them
them.
for their exclusive comeback tour.
Get fucking MXPX and the Ataris together here.
I fucking would die to have MXPX here, but like I am in contact with Covert Booking, so
They just played Quebec. They just played Quebec and went straight home.
yeah, I mean a lot of these bands do. Quebec is where you go for punk shows.
I know.
Toronto gets missed on a lot of these shows.
Oh, I know.
Like a lot of these tours, a lot of these punk bands don't come.
Lately, I've noticed too. St. Catharines has been getting hit up, and then they go home. They go back to the U.S.
So the bigger bands aren't necessarily booking Toronto, but the local scene is as vibrant as ever.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's that the local punk scene right now is booming, but apparently it wasn't before. So, especially the street punk scene. Like I personally do bring a lot of punk bands here and have the majority that aren't just Dayglow Abortion, Not to say anything bad about Dayglow. Fucking love Dayglow.
Yeah.
Legend, fucking love Murray. My brother was in bands with that band. But
Trigger happy.
yeah, I haven't seen the punk scene this vibrant since the late 2010, the late 2000s, like close to 2010, probably 2007, 2008 was the last time I saw the punk scene really.
Well, we're all allowed to leave our fucking houses again, so everybody's fucking cheering on. And
well, I mean,
venues
punk
opening back up.
The ticket prices are
Well,
cheaper.
True that.
the thing is, it's not just about the pandemic. Like realistically, you have to look at like the patterns of music and then the patterns of like politics as well. Punk's always researched when there's been massive political shifts in the globe. And like right now, we have like huge political shifts with them trying to reverse abortion rights and Wade versus Roe and trying to reverse the Indian Act, residential schools being dug up, the fucking bombing in Gaza, the fucking like literally everything. There's so much
Conflict in
going
Palestine
on right now. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Is there's so much going on.
Oh, the pedophile ring in the
And
U.S.
yeah, exactly. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, there's such this fucking weird shift in the planet right now, and we've kind of hit that soft spot again, where like people have something to say, and like you get the most out of that in punk, and like there's so many subgenres of punk right now. Like you see a lot of these young punk bands. Like there's this girl, and I might completely be misgendering her. I don't know them. I'm gonna say them because But Eura. Have you guys ever heard of this person? Seura. They're young. They're like really young. Shit, like
I don't
19,
think so, no.
maybe 20.
No.
This kid has like 50,000 followers on Instagram or some shit like that. Like massive, like just a huge content creator. And but is also in a Toronto punk scene.
Okay.
But they're not really punk. Like they're not. Aesthetically, sure. And when you think like when I think of like if somebody's like, oh look, this punk band, I think of bands, like fucking Bomb Squad and the Motherfuckers and the Deaglows and like that's even my brother's old band, the Antics. Like I think of all of these bands.
Your brother was in the Antics?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And then
with Steve Verschuren.
No, the Antics were Chris Rex, Tyler, and Keith McIntyre.
Oh, maybe there's two bands named the Antics. I don't know.
There is two bands called Antics.
Are there?
My brother's band was the Antics with a exclamation point at the end.
Oh,
and then there's also a band from Peterborough that's called Antics. ANTIXXX.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know the Antics. I think with the exclamation mark.
Yeah,
I know the younger, more hip one.
Yeah, that's cool. All right.
But that's who I think of when I think of punk. But like, so I wouldn't like listen to this person and be like, this is punk music. But their entire aesthetic and the politics and the message behind their music is very punk rock. And that's
like the Dixie Chicks.
Yeah, and that's fuck, man. Like fucking Willie Nelson. Like punk as fuck without being punk.
Yeah.
So there is like a huge shift in like what punk is now. There's like a lot more femme punk bands out, a lot more there's queercore now, like which is dope, by the way, like just a dope subgenre. So but yeah, that's part of the reason why we have like there's such a big resurgence in punk music right now is just the shift in politics. And with so much going on in the world, it's kind of hard not to release the energy that we're all kind of carrying and all bullshit that millennials have been through. Like a lot of bands are millennial bands or Gen X bands now.
Yep.
And the fucking absolute bullshit that millennials have had to deal with is insane.
Oh yeah, especially even just going through COVID and all the bullshit and changes and shit like that.
Inflation and house prices and fucking cost of shoes.
Inflation being like the biggest thing. The cost of living is insane. our rights are being taken away from us.
There is definitely a lot to complain and sing about and write
Yeah.
about.
So, there's a lot going on. Enough that it's problematic. So, yeah, and enough that people want to write music about it. So,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, is there anything you guys want to wrap up with here?
Wrote a song about homelessness today.
Did you?
Yep.
nice.
Another excellent topic, why they're constantly ripping down all these tent cities. Like
Yeah,
people have nowhere to go.
it's insane that they do that. I've seen cops and I know cops have
Yeah.
burnt down tents.
Oh, and like it's the government's fault that these people have nowhere to go, and then it's the government's fault that they're tearing down the tents
Yeah.
and shit. And they
I'll
all
just give you this
like
excerpt. I'm tired of walking and I can't sleep. Nowhere to sit down and rest my feet. Barbed wire benches and nothing to eat. That's why I'm so down living on the street.
oh yeah, that's you.
Yeah.
Nice. That's what we
I
did.
was just gonna say about the benches. It's like they even make
Yeah.
like public
Yeah.
spaces.
And they make them uncomfortable to
not-
sit on after a certain
Yeah.
time of night or whatever.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
I was gonna say, did we talk about your band at all?
My band Punks in Space.
Still still doing
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah, I'm in a folk punk band with my brother Jamie and my friends Marco, Doug, and Pooch. The five of us.
Sorry, same brother as the Antics?
No, my other brother Jamie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So my brother Jamie, we called ourselves Punks in Space because like fuck, 8 years ago now, me and my brother and my ex-partner used to like laugh about punks in space because my brother is going to school to get his PhD in astrophysics. So he got his master's for engineering and he's currently getting his PhD. And he works in space. Like that's what he's right now he's recreating like he has a chamber at York University where he's recreated the atmosphere and like the surface of Mars.
Yep.
So he can like test out different theories of like why the environment is the way it is and why the planet is the way that it is. Yeah, so he's like testing that and like trying to get information. But yeah, the reason why we're called Punks in Space is because he wants to go to Mars.
Crazy.
And then our other bandmate Marco is also getting his PhD for microbiology. He's a botanist.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, just a bunch of dirty, really smart people who play shitty folk punk.
That's where it starts.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
No, that's awesome. Have you guys recorded anything?
No, we haven't.
Okay.
We're a busking band. So we play live. We started playing shows, but we bust. So if you want to see us, you'll find us on the street in Kensington.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. That's cool. Cool. Was there anything else we should add?
I think that's it. I guess I have my announcement. Did I say what it was? Okay, good.
Oh, here,
Yeah.
I'll give you a minute to think about it.
To think about.
Shane had to
Think
pee.
of a song. Does he want me to think of a song to play?
Yeah.
Uh,
In collaboration with your announcement.
Okay. You guys can play More Than This by The Havoc.
By the Havoc?
By The Havoc, yeah.
Okay.
I have The Havoc coming July 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. They're going to be playing Hamilton, Toronto, Spider Fest, and at the Trackside. We're announcing it tomorrow. So I haven't announced it yet, but I know that you guys are probably airing this on Sunday, Shane said. So the announcement will probably already be out. But yeah, January 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th in Hamilton, Toronto, Trenton Hills, and Montreal. I have the Havoc from California. I would definitely play in More Than This by the Havoc.
All right. Before we head out, do you I'm sure you accept bands reaching out to you for shows?
Yeah, all the time.
And what would be the best place to reach you on?
I mean, you can reach me on Instagram at riotpunks.booking with an X,
Yep.
not a KS. So yeah, riotpunks with an X .booking on Instagram. Or you can find me on Facebook at Ryot Rysto. Or you can email me at rystoriot@gmail.com.
Okay, and you can find all these on our website at punkrockdadcast.com. And I guess your Instagram page is probably best, and your Facebook page is probably best for a list of all your upcoming shows. Correct?
Yes. Yes,
All right.
absolutely. My Instagram is probably the best place to go if you want to see what shows I've got coming up.
Okay, and we will have, again, all those links on our website.
Cool.
And we'll probably spit it out on Facebook too with the interview. Again, thank you so much. Do you have a song you want to end this with?
Yeah, let's close off with More Than This by the Havoc.
More Than This by the Havocs?
By the Havoc.
Havoc.
Yeah.
The Havoc. Okay, cool. Where are they from?
They're from California.
Awesome. Cool. We will
Yeah.
play that. And I want to thank you so much for having us for having you on the show.
Yeah, dude.
And we wish you the best of luck with all your upcoming shows.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
All right. And we'll keep in
Cool.
touch, and maybe we'll run into you at one of the shows.
Yeah, hopefully I see you guys soon. Are you guys planning on going to any shows?
I want to go to that dungeon one on Saturday.
Yeah, so do I. Maybe you can pick me up, Johnny.
Okay.
And yeah, maybe we'll take a look at some of your upcoming shows, and maybe we'll pop out to one of those. Johnny's got to drive.
You guys should come to the Lee's Palace show to see the Bucks fucking Goose with the parasitic.
Where's that one?
Fucking Gibbs, Lee's Palace.
It's at
yeah.
Lee's Palace.
Right. Toronto's tricky, but we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, dude, do it.
Because we're dads.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a mom. No,
I
excuse.
know. You're a single mom with 4 kids, and I don't know how you do it, but
Yeah.
you're awesome. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
All right, take it easy.
Bye.
Here's Havoc. We'll talk to you guys soon. Ciao.
All right, bye, guys.
City of a cyclist 2002. The scuff fills the streets while the porch getting glued. One more empty day and one last pick. The season spreading while the hooks turn the trick. Roll that wrong, roll that dip. Well, I'm wrong, we wasted this roll that dip. In 1890, one more down at the back. Put it down, give it back, put it just put that away. There's got to be more, there's got to be more, there's got to be more than this. Another homeless man lays drunk in the street. He's plastered every day, he's plastered every week. And in and out he close by your girlfriend. But today it's still at a bad thing. All that's wrong, all that dip. Well, I've all been wasted, cause we're all that dip. It's one more day I have to back. Put it down, give it back, put it just a dead away. There's got to be more.